Okay, it's Henry again, and I know that it's been over a month since I've posted a video. The holidays have been extremely busy and extremely crazy, and I have had almost no time to work on Gunpla at all. So I've had tons of stuff to do for work, and Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. Unfortunately, with the job that I have, we get busier in the holidays rather than getting time off. So the holidays are not a time that I have a lot of spare time to do stuff like Gunpla. But I do have a little bit of downtime today, so I figured I would do a little bit of work on this resin 1 to 100 scale Taurus kit. Now, this, if you saw the I Got a Package Today video, which I got this kit, this is a kit that is on loan from a friend of mine. And what I'm doing is I'm making a recast of this kit, and then I'm going to send the original back to my friend. So, luckily Taurus has symmetrical arms and legs. The arms and legs are exactly the same on the left and the right side, so I will only need to make a mold for one leg and one arm. Sort of generally got all the arm parts here, leg parts here, torso parts here, and weapon parts here. The torso parts, I don't really foresee many problems. I'll probably temporarily plug these holes up with some modeling clay when I make the mold, just because, resin will get down, or not resin, silicone will get down in there, and it'll be easy if those holes are plugged up. Just 3 parts for the waist, 3 parts for the torso. You got the wing connector, and then the actual torso here. Handful of parts for the arms. Forearm is in like 3 parts, and the shoulder joint and shoulder armor and the bicep. The legs have a few parts. You got the thigh here is in 3 parts. The foot is 3 parts, and then the lower leg and knee armor is all just one solid part. Beam rifle is 1 part, and the cannon is the main body and the little handle that goes down in there. The hands and the elbow and knee joints, I'm actually not using the ones that come with the kit. See, here they are over here. The joints that the kit supplied are okay. This is the knee joint. It's alright. I mean, I sort of played around with it before disassembling everything, and it gave okay posability, but I think what I'm going to do is scratch build some new knee and elbow joints. From doing the Oz project, I've actually gotten a pretty good hang of making knee and elbow joints from scratch, so I'm going to make those and then put those into the mold and recast those in resin. And the hands, actually, this kit only came with 2 hands. Let's see, they're down in here somewhere. Came with a closed fist for the right hand, or left hand, with a big bubble in it, unfortunately, and a kind of an open hand, I guess, for the right hand that sort of doesn't even really grab all the way around the handle of the weapons. So, before I even got this kit from my friend, I had decided that I wanted to replace the hands on it. And what I did, long before I even did my Leo diorama, I took the hands from that Master Grade Tolgis and made a resin mold of them. I even made a mold of the handle to the Dauber gun, just in case I needed to replace the handle on one of these weapons. And they actually turned out really, really nice. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on it. I probably won't, because my camera seems to hate me. Anyway, so these are basically the Master Grade Tolgis hands recast in resin. There's the fist. You saw the open hand. The thumb is a little bit loose. The fingers hold in place perfectly fine. The thumb is a little bit loose. Hopefully that'll tighten up in painting, but the thumb doesn't really support a whole lot anyway, especially since it's got the pegs in the hands for the weapons. And let's see, I've got, the handle that I can replace on these weapons if need be. I might not even really need to. So that's what I'll be doing, and right now I'm just doing a little bit of putty work, cleaning up some small little bubbles and imperfections that were on the parts, and getting them ready to make the molds. Okay, so I've got the first batch of parts set up in the clay. This is basically all of the arm and leg parts, and this is definitely the most amount of parts I've ever tried to cram into one mold. I've probably got just barely enough silicone rubber to make the molds for Taurus. I am going to try and do it in 3 molds. I'm pretty sure that I can get it done in 3 molds, and I am just about to mix up the silicone now. Luckily, from some past resin casting, I've got some silicone bits that I can put into the fresh silicone to add some volume. This is a really good trick for making your resin casting, or mold making rather, more economical, because even though you are adding these little chunky bits in there, the liquid silicone will mold perfectly fine around the parts, and you can't even really tell that this stuff is even in there, but it adds quite a bit of volume to your molds. And I do it just by whenever I have a resin mold or silicone mold that I don't need anymore, I just chop it up into these teeny tiny little bits. And here's actually an example right here. As you can see the chunks on the outside of the mold, but on the inside you can't even tell they're there at all. It works perfectly fine, and I think it's a really good technique for conserving silicone. So anyway, I'm gonna weigh out this silicone and catalyst and pour the first half of this mold and then come back. And now I wait 24 hours. Alright, I've come back the next day and I've flipped the mold over, and this piece just came out, and removed all of the modeling clay, and as you can see, we got all of our parts fixed in the silicone rubber. And now I just have to apply the mold release and pour the second half of the mold. And now we wait another 24 hours. Alrighty, so the mold is done, and everything turned out pretty darn nice. No breakages, I'm holding it upside down. Everything turned out really, really good. No bubbles. So now all I got to do is go in with a hobby knife and cut in all of the little resin channels and air channels, and then do the first casting. Okay, it took me a couple of tries to get all the kinks worked out, but I finally got a successful casting on this mold. Honestly, this is the most number of parts I've ever crammed into a single mold before. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 parts. With the exception of the knee joints and elbow joints and the hands, this is all the parts for the arms and legs. And I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to turn out great, but everything seems to turn out fine. All of the parts, casting quality is really good. There's a lot of these little resin channels, so there's going to be quite a bit of cleanup, but I think bubbles have been pretty much eliminated. Oops. So even like this old ball joint on the ankle right there turned out nice. Foot part down here, I don't think I'm going to pull all these out. But yeah, so far, really, really happy with the way this has turned out. And now just have to do this a few more times and start on the other two molds. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this work in progress video here. It'll probably be a while before I get the other two molds done, and I'll do another work in progress video at that point and let you guys know how this guy's coming along. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.